What's up? It's live fire with Dad.
Fire with Dad, baby.
We'll be back.
Chip, chip, chip.
What's up?
Not much.
Your voice is a little squeaky there.
I'm sorry.
Were we in person last week, or was that? No, I was on. We were on
You were in Las Vegas.
No, yeah. Was that
Actually, we
Vegas?
were in person last week. Not person. We were with Ryan and Chance and you were in the van
I was in Idaho. No, Utah.
or Utah.
I don't know.
We were someplace.
We were someplace. So we're back. Live fire with Dad. I'm not Dad. That's Dad. I guess
I'd be Dad.
I technically am a dad.
You're Dad.
So I'm just not your dad.
That's right.
But you're
Somebody's Dad.
Somebody's bad. Paige and Cole. Paige is question.
The new lacrosse player.
Yeah, Cole had lacrosse practice last night. It's pretty cool.
I know.
I've never watched.
I've watched it on TV several times. It's really a fast-paced game. Very fast-paced. A lot faster paced than football.
I'm thinking about starting an adult league. You want to be on my team?
Oh yeah,
you could be the goalie. You could just lay in the goal.
I just be the guy everybody hits.
So, first things first. Thanksgiving food drive. So I need to put a little banner up here. Let me
ThanksgivingFoodDrive.net, baby.
Let's see. www.thanksgiving. Should have already done this.
Exactly.
ThanksgivingFoodDrive.net.
I'm embarrassed by you not having it done.
Couldn't afford the .com. But there we go. ThanksgivingFoodDrive.net. I think this is year 13.
It's pretty close to that.
Something like that. This started.
It's been a long time.
This started 13 years ago. 12 years ago.
Hello.
12 years ago, my wife and I are Thanksgiving shopping on a Sunday night. Don't forget, you're looking up there, not there.
Okay.
You keep looking at yourself down there.
I was looking at the .net.
Oh, okay. So you're looking at the website?
Yeah.
I'll whip you into shape. Look up there. I'm going to hit you with a crossbow.
I'm glued, baby.
Okay. So 12 years ago, Dad, I guess 13 years ago, Sunday night before Thanksgiving, my wife and I, Christy, had went grocery shopping. We spent like $180 on just random stuff. You and Mom bring some things. Sam and his family brought some stuff. And I remember looking at Christy and saying, like, how easy was it for us to just spend $180 on part of Thanksgiving? And how many families would love to have that opportunity? And so I'll never forget, because the next month, that Monday, Deron Hunter's daughter was playing in a basketball game. You stepping on my foot for it? You playing footsies with me?
Oh, I
like a weirdo.
Didn't see your foot.
It's called human resources. I just did the org chart. I'm human resources on the org chart. So you're screwed. You're fired. So went and watched his daughter, and I had asked him, "Hey, do you know a couple families?" Because it just popped in my head. Chris, and I said, "Let's help a couple families." I said, "Do you know a couple families that we could help with Thanksgiving, that we could spend $50, $60, $70, whatever it is, to buy them Thanksgiving?" He hooked us up with a couple. We ended up doing 3 that year. And I'll never forget, the last family was a lady whose kid's name was Akeen. And Akeen and I had been doing some kind of like mentoring. And I had offered it to her, and she kept saying, "Oh, we got it taken care of." And he was like, "No, they don't. They don't. They just don't want to take money from somebody they don't know." And so finally she's like, "Are you being serious? Are you sincere?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm as sincere as they get." I said, "Give me the list." And so she gave me the list, and me and Akeen went up to Kroger up in by UC's campus. And we dropped like, I don't know, $100. And Thanksgiving, she teared up. It was all happy. It was all that good stuff. And I remember like the next year, okay, we're going to do it again. And so I announced it, I think at BNI, and Doug Smith stepped forward and gave $100, and somebody else gave $100. And we ended up helping 21 families that year. And now it's skyrocketed to where I think right now we're somewhere in the neighborhood. Let me log in, see what we're at right now.
You were 5,600 earlier.
Let's see here. Yeah, we were like 5,600, $6,000. Yeah, $5,900 right now. And all of that will go right to families. And this year, I'm finalizing it all. I have the paperwork, so I guess we were a tad late. I've been on my desk. We actually have a nonprofit called Thanksgiving Food Drive that I got to figure out how this ties in right now with it, because I'm trying to get all the stuff done. But in the future, it's going to be something we're going to do hopefully every couple months, where it's not just Thanksgiving. It's putting money together and helping feed people.
It's a regular foundation.
Yeah, regular thing. So what happens is you donate, a bunch of us get together. I think we're going to Meyer, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday in Florence. We'll buy all the food, and then we'll distribute it. We're working with Joe Tucker from NKYFL, Northern Kentucky Youth Football League. It's a mouthful. And we will meet and have the food at a couple places. Like we're going to have it here in our office, I think, in Florence. We might do something at the Boone County football team place. We might do something. I guess that would be Boone County. That'd be a different one. Might do something at the gym in Erlanger, something down in Covington or Newport. That way the families can easily get there. But they're working all the families. So if you can donate, ThanksgivingFoodDrive.net. There's increments of whatever you want, or I think it's like 50, 100, 250, 500. You can type whatever you want. So any help is appreciated.
And also, I also announced that your BNI chapter on Tuesday, because one of the guys asked a
I
question.
don't have a BNI chapter.
Well, the chapter you used to belong to, it meets in the basement here.
Okay, I just want to make sure because you might think I'm a terrible member because I haven't been in like a year.
Well, I've been there 3 times now.
So the chapter that meets downstairs.
It used to be your chapter, your Commonwealth chapter of BNI. One of the questions they asked me, because they've all been involved for several years as well, and they asked me if they could show up and help us buy the food at Myers, and I said yes, and I said I'm sure it's the Myers in Florence, and so if you'd like to show up, it's usually around noon, and we buy all the food, and it's a riot just to watch you see 60 grocery carts in line, and Matthew's sitting there bringing it up with 2 different people, and the guy from the general manager of Myers this past year was phenomenal. He did a super job and really real friendly. Couldn't do enough to help out, and so you're super strong. You're pure strong breaking an empty can. I mean, a 2-year-old kid could do that.
Okay, I'm pretty impressed with that. So look at that. Aaron just said, "Yo, Aaron Smith, what up?" You know Aaron.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you say hi then?
Well, hi Aaron. How you doing, buddy?
You're looking down there again.
I was looking at his name.
Okay. So that's it. Thanksgiving food.
Well, actually, I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
Last year, was it last year? I think that you had a lady that you on Monday apparently couldn't make it to one of the facilities, and we went and got the food for her and took it to a place in Bedford, Kentucky, out of the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, that was in the middle of nowhere.
And we went to her house.
Did you say that like mom got abducted for like 3 weeks down there?
Oh yeah, at least 3 weeks. But anyway, it was the middle of nowhere, and we went to her house, and I swear to God, it was. I mean, she was on crutches, and she couldn't come to the door hardly, and it was just we were almost in tears when we got done.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people. I think we all, I say we all, including me, we take for granted what we have. There's a lot of people that, water and electric and food aren't givens. And I think that if we can provide people around one day, I mean, if all I can do is one day a year make a difference, I think that's more than no days. So hopefully we can keep growing. I hope you can help out. But next topic. What do you got today? You got anything you want to talk about?
Well, I had one thing in my coaching sessions the last couple of weeks. One thing has come across. I guess this time of year always creates a lot of energy as far as stress, a lot of anxiety, and what have you. And 4 of my coaching sessions this past week and a half, I got on the phone, and they're almost like I'm pulling them off the wall. They were just overwhelmed with all the work they got going on, and things got going on, and all things getting busy again. So
why they're overwhelmed?
Because they're not organized.
No, that might be it. But one of the things I was reading this morning, Grant Cardone's book, 10X, which is a great book, by the way. And I'm not a huge.
I'm waiting for my copy to be given.
There's actually a second copy I found on the bookshelf. I guess I bought it twice. But he talked about in there, one of the reasons people get overwhelmed is they haven't done enough in the past. That when, like for me, for example, a couple weeks ago, I went to the gym and I had 140 burpees and had a bunch of other stuff, and it kicked the crap out of me. I was overwhelmed because I hadn't worked out hard enough in the past. If in a work world, you kick ass and take names, when times come up that get busy, it's like, oh, this is normal.
Well, that's all part of being organized as well. In other words, if I'm organized and I'm busier than hell all the time, yeah, you're right.
I found out why there's a second copy. It's his. So I guess I didn't buy Grant Cardone's book twice.
So you stole Aaron's copy?
No, he put it on a bookshelf.
Oh.
So you could borrow his copy.
Can I borrow your copy, Aaron? Good job.
He said you can.
Okay, now. So what I did, I exercised in my networking group this morning. I says, one of the things I've always done for the last 50 years.
You exercised.
No.
You just said I exercised in my networking group this morning.
No, I emphasized.
Okay, I thought you said exercise.
I gave them an exercise they had to do.
You haven't exercised in years.
Well, I just I walk up down the stairs.
Okay.
In your place, you forced me to walk up the can't use the elevator anymore. So anyway.
Elevator works.
I know, but I'm not allowed to use it.
Oh, that's a good point. I forgot about that. I did penalize me to use stairs from now on.
So anyway, I said for about the last 50 years of my life, I've done this almost every morning, is I yell at myself, okay, I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic. So as an exercise this morning, the one that made everybody stand up in the group and yell, I'm fantastic 3 times and get them all fired up. And guess what? Everything got a whole lot livelier after that. Worked really well.
So give me a demonstration.
I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic. I'm fantastic, man. Cha-ching.
Oh, so you add a baby and a cha-ching on the last one?
We got you.
Okay. So it's fantastic, fantastic, fantastic.
It gets the adrenaline
Baby,
going.
cha-ching.
Gets the adrenaline going, baby.
Oh, okay.
Cha-ching.
Well, cool. I agree. But no, I think it's, this book from Grant Cardone, I started reading it, and I've seen Grant for years, and the dude's a freak of nature. I say I don't follow him because I'm scared to do as much as he does.
So I'm not a freak of nature?
No, you're the freak of nature.
I invented it, baby.
You invented it. And I saw in Damon John's book, he referenced the book, so I bought it. And I tell you what, it's an awesome book. I mean, it's highly impactful as far as what you need to do in sales and in business, entrepreneur, but also in life. And that was one thing today, ironically, I talked about was you're overwhelmed because you're doing underwhelming. His whole concept of 10X is if you got a goal of reaching $1,000 or losing 10 pounds, well, 10X it. Go after bigger. Don't go after 1,000. Go after 10,000. Don't go after 10,000. Go after 100,000. If you got a certain goal, 10X it so that when you fail, if you fail, you still beat the shit out of your other goal. And I think that's one of the reasons people get overwhelmed is that they've got so much on their plate, maybe in their perception, that they've been a lazy ass. And when I say lazy, I mean, not completely crazy, but but they just haven't done enough. And
Well,
we're all capable of doing so much.
Well, on your video this morning, you had successful versus unsuccessful. What did that say? That's the same thing?
Yeah.
That was the same.
The same, yeah.
Okay.
And then talking about a video I did in our private group.
Yeah.
Yeah. The common people can't see that. And by the way, I mean, I can't believe you're downplaying that. I mean, that's
That's unbelievable.
I've done that before. When Cole doesn't ball for anymore. A couple years ago, I would do something like that in front of Cole, and he'd be like, "Are you serious? I can do that." I'm like, "No, you can't." And grab it, and I was messing with him. But
I remember we had a guy in our JC chapter that used to be able to take a full can of beer and just
with beer in it.
Yeah.
So he would waste the beer.
I guess.
What kind of people you hang out with?
People that didn't drink very much.
And by the way, the Red Bull machine, we've got a deal in place now with Performance Food Group, and they supplying us a Red Bull refrigerator, and we have sugar-free and regular Red
Oh, you got
Bull.
sugar-free? So I can.
You don't need Red Bull.
I don't?
Hell no.
Why?
One, you're like 840 years old. I think there's got to be a thing on here that says if you're old as shit, do not drink. I'm going to guess. I don't know. Two, I don't think you need that much caffeine.
I mean,
three, you're already hyper. Like you come in here like you're a 15-year-old bouncing around,
So you mean you don't think I'm just laid back, easy going?
No, I think you were dropped as a baby.
Well, I was always hype. I think
Remember the time I fell off the stairs as a kid in my Frogger hat?
Yep.
You had no railing on your stairs at the house that was at Beach Grove?
No, that was a house we were building.
You were building a house, and I fell off the stairs.
Well, we weren't really building it. Our JC chapter was a lady in Covington that needed her house renovated. And so our JC chapter decided we'd help her out. So all of us guys went over there with our hammers and nails and all that kind of stuff. And it was actually during the winter. And we were rehabbing her house, and she didn't have any stairs going to the basement.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you walked over with the door open, but woof.
I remember because
the only thing that saved your ass was there was a bunch of garbage on the floor, and you had a big heavy coat on. Okay, so when you hit the floor, I don't think your head ever hit.
I remember I had that gray and blue Frogger hat that I wore like for 10, 15 years.
Probably still got it.
And I remember thinking that saved my life. And a couple years ago, you were telling the story, and you said it was Sam.
Well, it might have been.
Tried to steal my thunder.
That's right.
So technically, when they always joke that where you dropped on your head, I was kind of dropped on my head. What kind of parenting is that? So let's talk about failures and owning it. So this morning, I don't know, maybe I was in a bad mood. I don't know. I was in the hot tub. It's like 6 a.m. I try and get up at 6. I get up at 6. And I usually get in the hot tub if I don't exercise by like 6:05, 6:10. In there for 20 minutes, get a shower, get to the office. And I'm watching some videos on our internal portal of one of our employees, Luis. And they did a great job on a bunch of stuff. And we record a lot of what we do so we can analyze it. And I try intentionally not to watch work stuff. But I knew this stuff would be badass. Well, something happened in it that I didn't get the context. I didn't run by him. I just opened up a can of whoop ass on him online.
Yeah, that was kind of like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, and so and sometimes my voice can be a little. I don't mean it to be strong, and I guess it was strong as far as how I was doing it.
He's crying,
and I realized, Doug, I think, tried to text me something that he was trying to play like the middle of the road, and if you read between the lines, he was probably going, "You're a moron. Why'd you say that?" And so then I talked to Luis later on, and I owned up. I mean, I'll say this: like after looking at it and actually examining the facts, I was like, oh, I'm completely wrong. So I made a post in there, called myself a couple of names, and apologized. But I think one thing I'm learning is, I'm 45 years old. I've led a couple companies and a bunch of people, and you don't always have the answers. You don't always have the right answer. But I think the more you run from the fact that you're wrong, and the more you don't own up to it and just move on, the more it just builds up animosity.
Well, let me ask a question. One question.
One question.
Okay. If you make a mistake, what's that mean?
Means you tried.
Means you're human.
I didn't know I was human. Shit. Thanks for telling me that.
Well,
Are you a doctor?
Yeah,
Did you diagnose COVID?
I tell sales guys all the time, you can't be perfect. I guess, matter of fact, I just talking to Austin a few minutes ago because he had made it wasn't even a big mistake. It was kind of a stupid mistake. And I was sitting there listening to him, and he's I said, hey, don't worry about it. I said, what's the one thing that you did on the phone? He said, what do you mean? What's the one thing? He said, I don't know. I said, you're human. He goes,
you made an effort.
Exactly. I said, you're human. I mean,
I made an effort to be a leader, and it turned out I sucked this morning.
Well,
so my effort was poor. Now I just got to learn.
That's how you learn. It's like when you and I get upset with each other, you break the chairs in my office.
That was a long time ago.
I know.
That's a different story. But I think the thing for me that is big is understanding that you have to trust. You have to, if you bring somebody onto your team, if you're a coach and you put the person on the field, you got to trust they're going to get the job done. And if they mess up one time, or if they do something that you don't understand why they did it and you flip out, well, you just lost.
Well, perfect example was Monday Night Football.
That wasn't even close.
It was on ESPN too.
Okay.
The kid, 59 for the Bears. Okay.
The jumping judo kick celebration.
No, he didn't even do that.
Did you see his picture after the game? He looks like he murdered somebody.
Well, he does that all the time. They had just called him up his first game in the NFL. He just got called up the taxi squad. He goes in and sacks the quarterback, which changes the game. Changes the game.
That's the guy. Like, he looks like he just literally abducted somebody in the back of a van. I'm sorry. He needs a penalty.
So anyway, he had his helmet on, then you couldn't tell. But anyway, he sacks the quarterback. The Bears got the ball then, they're ready to score. And he turns around and he looks at the Steelers sideline, and the ref decides that he's now taunting, okay? And then he runs off the field. The ref actually backs right into him, almost like he's intentional, okay, and then flags him. Yeah. And Twitter and Facebook and all the Bears fans have gone ape shit all week, because it's obvious that he wasn't taunting anybody, and it's almost obvious, almost the fact that the referee intentionally ran into him and then flagged him.
It's the no fun league, man,
and it was just stupid.
Like, you're looking at me right now.
I'm flying to Chicago. I'm kicking some referees Katootie.
You're looking at me right now.
Oh.
That's a penalty.
Oh.
But no, that guy, I had texted Cole a picture of that because I saw it on ESPN. And I'm like, this dude looks like he literally just put 20 people in the back of a van and went in the woods. Like, I'm scared to death. I might not go to a Bears game now because I don't want to run into
Well, I'll tell you what, he's probably going to be playing big time now. He tore him. He looked really good on that one play. But
on that one play.
His first play in the NFL. The other guy had just
was not his first play.
Yes, he had just gotten called up a taxi squad, and they had just put him in the game.
That guy.
Because the other guy had just gotten hurt.
That was his first play.
First play.
In the fourth quarter, and he screws the game up.
Well, he didn't do anything.
Apparently he did.
Well, the ref thought he did.
Maybe he should quit the whole stupid ass celebration. You did your job.
Well, all these guys do that. They get a first down, and they're losing by 35, and they're waving the ball. I'm going, you guys are losing by 35 points. You got a first down, and now you're all excited. Hell.
Okay. Well, I think that's why you don't need Red Bull, because I've got Red Bull, and here I am. You don't have Red Bull, and you look like you're about ready to judo kick my microphone. So I think that's it. I think we're signing off. Next week, I'm back because I fly home Wednesday. So I'm in town next week. Week after is Thanksgiving, so we'll have to maybe we'll do a fire with Dad from the house.
Well, that'd be fantastic. And have a football game in the background.
There you go. We could have murder on there. Cool.
I don't know if the Bears are playing that day or not.
They should be. Say bye.
Bye. That's it, baby. Fire.